All right, so I don't. It's hard to put this. I don't know. This episode was interesting, um, but at the same time, most of it didn't need to happen, and the characters kind of make fun of it towards the end. It just it felt like the first half of this episode was kind of like filler. Um, because what happens is we get the intro, the guy's talking, and he turns around, kind of looks at the camera, and then we get into the actual episode where everyone else starts to show up, and they're all like, who are you, like, what are you doing, like, you're the king of all, like, what does that even mean? And then let's see, Rita takes him to Gokhan for judgment, and she just instantly wants to put him in jail. And then Gira, he's tagging along, and everywhere they go, he's trying to process everything, and so he's watching very seriously on from the stands, from the seats. And then we don't get any, again, nothing really happens, because then he goes to okay, I'm gonna try this. Noskada, Noskoda, something like that. And they put a lie detector on him, and he's 2,000 years old. That's confirmed. Gira gets shocked. He's a test dummy before he gets shocked. So he's passed out on the floor for this whole segment, and they're just so confused as to like how is he alive after 2,000 years? Again, it's just. It, and he's trying to explain stuff to them, and they keep interrupting him, and they can't keep not believing him, and he's just sitting there like, come on, like, seriously, can I talk? Can I explain who I am? And so before anything else can happen, Sebastian steals them. They go to the Guarding Kingdom. I don't even remember what the name of that one is. I don't remember what that one is. And he gave Scorpy back, apparently, somehow. I don't know. Somehow he gave Scorpy back to Yellow, which was the main reason she was after him, was just for research and whatnot, because obviously the Scorpion venom can be used to poison or do all these other crap for medicine. So he just starts to try to explain himself again. Gets cut off by Black showing up, who tells him, "Hey, like, he's a Bugnarok servant." And again, the Sixth Ranger's just like, you gotta be kidding. you gotta be kidding. Can I talk? And so obviously, again, they're interrupting him. He's trying to kind of explain, like, "Hey, I'm reading the passages from the legend book. There's 5 King Ohgers. They use King Ohger to defeat Bugnarok, and that's every time is kind of getting cut off. He tells him, "Hey, like, you're looking for why. You're wondering why," and that's when the Bugnarok shows up. And so Sixth Ranger Jeremy's his name. It's just like, okay, you know what? I'll just show him. I'm tired of this. I'm king of all. I'm just gonna go defeat the Bugnarok, and I'm gonna take care of business, and I'll just show him. But he can't do that. Well, he starts to defeat some of the minions, and then the 5 show up, and they're like, "Hey, like, what are you like? We're gonna have to take you in. We're gonna have to beat you up. We're gonna have to imprison you. You're lying to everyone and whatnot." And this man just goes, "God, you idiots!" And he's like, There's a blank page in the book. That's my page. I got erased from history. Um, his parents, the stupid. I forget what the cliche is called, but it's like forbidden love or whatever. Um, it's his mom's a Bugnarok monster. His dad's a human. They come together, have him, Jeremy, the baby. So he takes off a glove. He shows that his hand is a monster hand, essentially a Bugnarok. So he's a hybrid. He's a mixture of both human and Bugnarok, and so he's king of everyone. He's a hybrid. He's stronger. He's stronger than Death in the Rock. He's stronger than all the King Ogres. Maybe not Regulus. Probably. Again, he's got 2,000 years of experience, but he's like, hey, I'm king of all. That's who I am. I'm the sixth range. Well, the sixth ranger was erased from history, but then he got the powers, and so now he's the current sixth ranger now who has had the powers, which is why he had the face mask locked away. And so, yeah, it's like all five are like, seriously, like you couldn't have just told us straight up, like you had to riddle us and whatnot. And I felt so bad because again he got cut off a couple of times in this episode, and again he was going roundabout way to say everything. Like he wasn't being straightforward with them either. But all five are like, come on, man. And I'm just sitting there watching this going, maybe if you would shut up. Just let the man speak. And yeah, so then Death in the Rock appears. We get the transformation into the Sixth Ranger. And he fights. It's kind of, well, I guess he starts out close combat, but then he poisons Death in the Rock, and then just kind of steps back and bides his time while the poison takes effect, and then it blows up because explosive poison. So yeah, then Death in the Rock retreats back to the underworld, and we end the episode with him, Jeremy D transformation. He looks at the camera, and I forget exactly what he says. Something along the lines of, there's a sixth ranger or something like, I forget exactly what he says, but something along the lines of, hey, like there's more than five kings. I'm the king of all. I'm that guy. So yeah, again, it's just they were padding out the runtime for this, and it feels like they could have done something else. Again, it's just kind of taken around to different parts of the world of Terra, going to different kingdoms, and just waiting to explain. And again, he explains in a roundabout way. They interrupt him, don't understand. Like, they're so confused. It's like, okay, why do you keep reading the book? Like, we know that legend by heart. And so, like, if both parties were just, like, not doing their job. And again, this just, I hate to say it feels filler. But they didn't need, like, you don't need most of this episode. Like, you really don't. Like, you can skip to, I don't know, 15, 16 minutes into the episode. And, well, really, if you just skip to where they're in the Garden Kingdom, like, yeah, again, like, there's a couple sentences here and there throughout, but, he talks about, like, I'm the king of all at the beginning, but that comes around to the end. And, we see this thing of Gira in his mind just thinking of everything he says. So, again, you can kind of just skip to that. I don't know. It felt like a weird episode. It felt like just, hey, we just need to pad our runtime, and so yeah, here's fake outs for 75% of the episode, and then we get 2-minute fight scene at the end. I think I would have liked if and okay, we'll get into the trailer here for next week. So we do get Gira versus Jeremy next week. I think I would have liked if that was this week. If it was just the five of them, maybe separately, and like he goes around different kingdoms and they're kind of fighting separately, and then eventually he kind of throughout I don't know a couple episodes he explains who he is and whatnot. Instead of just I'm a hybrid between you and the Bugnarok, and I'm king of all. Okay, let's go on. And again, he fights Gira next episode. They're trying to protect. I think it's Shugoden. I think is where they are. Shugoden. And yeah, again, it's just I don't know. This episode didn't really do it for me. It did not do it for me at all. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. But personally, like. And again, the characters make fun of it. Like, oh, why'd you spend 75% of the episode not talking and just tell us straightforward? I don't know. I'm just going to wrap up here. Like the video, share the video around, subscribe. Yeah, just one more time. Again, we're going to get a fight next week between them. I feel like, again, you could have had that stretch out over 2 or 3 episode span, and then eventually, the third episode towards the end is when, cliffhanger, I'm I'm half Bugnarok, look at me, I'm the king of all, and then you go on the fourth, and then you explain more in depth, instead of just fake outs and just like, I'm not going to listen, I'm just going to speak over you. So, yeah, that's just, I don't know. Meh. So, I'm out of here. Peace.